Hey there peeps, what's up and welcome back to Hoop Central. With plenty of young stars coming up in the NBA, many are drawing comparisons with Stephen Curry. But what do these young stars actually think about him? Today, we're going to dive deep into what these young stars actually think about the sharpshooter Steve Curry. Number 5, Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball wasn't exactly drawing comparisons to Steve Curry like some of the others on our list, but he did share some of his thoughts about him. The Golden State Warriors faced the Los Angeles Lakers on Wednesday evening, and superstar Stephen Curry had some words of support for rookie Lonzo Ball ahead of that matchup. He's a rookie. He's going through the ups and downs like every rookie has, whether you're highly touted or not, Curry noted per Anthony Slater of The Athletic. It's all a learning experience, trying to find your way and be comfortable. Basically, my perception is he's working through that. I've always said he's a great talent. I think he loves to play basketball, so he'll be able to fight through that and have a great career. I hope you didn't judge me off my first 20 games in the league either. On the other hand, he's already posted 2 triple-doubles and 4 double-doubles in just 20 career games. Among the critics for Ball has been his defense, his inability to consistently finish at the rim, and the disappearance of his perimeter shot. More than a few people have questioned whether he needs to rework his unorthodox shooting motion, which often allows defenders to shade him to his left and force him to go right, where he's far less comfortable. Fast forward to 2020 and his jump shot does look better, and he's shooting it at a higher percentage. I think a lot of people look up to him, both on and off the floor, Ball said. The way he carries himself and obviously how he plays. I started off as a fan, but now I'm just trying to learn as much as I can from him. Ball took the flattery up a step further when asked what he admires most about Curry's game. Personally, just the way he shoots, Ball said. He's the best shooter, like I said, in the world. I think he's the best shooter ever. Lonzo Ball's father, LeVar Ball, made headlines a few years ago in February after saying he thought Lonzo, a then student at UCLA, was a better basketball player than Stephen Curry, who was an established NBA champion. After Friday's game, the Lakers point guard was asked whom he'd pick in a game of one-on-one between himself and Curry. "I'm his son. He's always going to pick me no matter who it's against," Ball said. "And I'm always going to pick myself too. I'm going to have confidence in myself. That's how I try to play." Number 4, Zion Williamson. What Williamson is doing is no easy feat. The 18-year-old Blue Devil is generating enough hype to not only receive praise from a 2-time NBA MVP, but to earn the respect of a team that has won 3 of the past 4 NBA titles. Of course, Curry and the Warriors are hardly alone in fawning over Williamson. 4-time NBA MVP LeBron James also likes what he sees in the 6'7", 285-pound forward. So much so that he even made a trip to Charlottesville, Virginia to get an up-close look. With his athleticism, with what we all see, to jump well beyond the 10-foot rim is incredible, James said per Peter. "I think what's also incredible is his size, speed, agility, and quickness. And then, to add on to that, I think he's just a great kid. Having 2 of the best players in NBA history complement his game wasn't lost on the Duke freshman. I mean, I guess it's dope," Williamson told Peter. "Those are 2 of the best players in the league there, and then I'm hoping to be there, like competing against them next year." It may not be long before Williamson gets to see how he stacks up against the likes of James and Curry. If he decides to go one and done in Durham, he figures to be one of the first names off the board in June's draft. He was the number 1 overall prospect on Bleacher Report draft expert Jonathan Wasserman's big board, and number 1 he went, right to the New Orleans Pelicans. It seems that Zion had a little inspiration from Stephen Curry in his NBA debut against the San Antonio Spurs, shooting and making 17 straight points in the 4th quarter, mainly off, you guessed it, 3-pointers. Number 3, Trey Young. The comparison between the 2 sharpshooters has been around since even before the draft. As a freshman at the University of Oklahoma, Young was fond of pulling up from 30 feet and draining three-pointers that quickly made him a House of Highlights staple. It was all too easy and convenient to wonder if Young would become the face of a new generation of ballers influenced by Stephen Curry, the way previous generations took inspiration from the likes of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Allen Iverson. It's a lot of pressure to put on a 20-year-old to have his game and skill set measured against one of the most dominant and transformational offensive players in the history of the sport. But Young doesn't think the comparisons to Curry are unfair. No, Young told Bleacher Report, because he's not a shooter either. Wait, did he just say Steve Curry isn't a shooter? He's just a guy who makes plays, Young explained. Obviously, he's the best shooter of all time, but he's not just strictly a shooter. When I think of a shooter, I think of JJ Redick. I think of a guy who just runs off screens and strictly just shoot. That's how I look at it. Steve's the best shooter of all time, but I think he's overall just a playmaker. Trey Young definitely looks like the closest resemblance to Steve Curry that we'll ever get, given both can create their own shot off the dribble and can pull up from anywhere. Number 2, Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic finished the game against the Golden State Warriors 141-121 with 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 15 assists in his 9th triple-double of the season on Saturday night. After the game, Doncic shared some of his thoughts on Steve Curry, who was recovering from surgery on his broken left hand. He's somebody that everybody looks up to. Everybody wants to be like him. I remember last year after the draft, I practiced once with him. It was crazy. He couldn't miss. Like, he can't miss. That's something I'll always remember, that practice with him, Doncic said per CBS Sports. Doncic was extremely modest when asked about the comparisons between him and Curry, but the truth is that he's a much better player than Curry was at his age. At the age of 20, Curry was still playing college football, while Doncic is a legitimate candidate for the MVP award this season. He's almost averaging a triple-double in only his second year in the NBA while maintaining a remarkable efficiency rarely seen before. If Doncic remains healthy, an MVP award is a sure thing in his career. Number 1, Ja Morant. Basketball fans on Twitter likely caught a back-and-forth exchange between Ja Morant and Stephen Curry over the ongoing saga with exiled forward Andre Iguodala. Iguodala hasn't played this season after the Golden State Warriors traded him to the Memphis Grizzlies last summer. The Warriors needed to shed his salary in order to create cap space to acquire D'Angelo Russell in a sign-and-trade with the Brooklyn Nets. Following the trade, both the Grizzlies and Iguodala agreed that he would not play this season and that they would work to find a trade for him. The Grizzlies have been adamant that they will not buy his contract out in order to acquire assets in return. With the trade deadline looming on Thursday afternoon, David Aldridge of The Athletic reported on Monday that Iguodala is prepared to sit out this season if the Grizzlies don't find a trade for him to a team Iguodala has pre-approved. Several players on the Grizzlies are not happy about the situation. Grizzlies rookie Ja Morant agreed with a statement on Twitter. Morant's tweet quickly went viral as it has since been retweeted 11,000 times as of this posting, with over 73,000 users liking his statement. His stance even caught the attention of Iguodala's former Warriors teammate Stephen Curry. The two-time NBA MVP appeared to weigh in on the situation as Curry posted a picture on Instagram of Iguodala holding the NBA championship trophy and a shush emoji. Morant responded to Curry's picture with one of Kevin Durant holding the trophy. After Morant responded to Curry, several users accused the rookie of holding a grudge against Curry. Morant responded to those critics by finding old tweets in support of Curry. Morant added that he is a fan of Curry, but that he isn't scared of him. The Grizzlies were expected to continue to field offers for Iguodala up until the 3 p.m. Eastern trade deadline on Thursday, but nothing appears imminent at this time. As of now, Andre Iguodala has landed himself on an impressive playoff team in the Miami Heat, joining a talented squad in Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and Bam Adebayo. It would seem NBA superstar Stephen Curry, while loved and respected by most, may have had some sort of friction with players in both past and recent times. Or he may just want to defend his good old championship buddy with some playful banter on the young guys. I guess we'll never know. And that about wraps it up. Also, while you're here, go ahead and check out some of these other awesome videos on your screen.